Hello, everyone.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm very fine, and you?
I'm good. I'm very, very tired, man. I've been working a lot. I'm trying to help somebody else set up a business. So I've been non-stop, man. Like literally non-stop. I was working this morning even. That's why I wasn't to Bible service this morning because I was working from 9. Just
Okay.
exhausted. Yeah, just exhausted.
Don't worry, we won't spend more than an hour in this
Yeah.
day.
I'm good though. Like I've got a lot in. I want to learn a lot. It's just one
Yeah.
yeah, it's just one of those things.
I'll be lecturing. I will lecture this morning
Yeah.
in Bo, and I came and we're going to different places. So just came in as well.
Mm.
Anyway, Pedro, Benidio, how are you? Pedro,
I'm good. Good evening over here. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria. Yeah,
Oh, long time, Pedro.
you're fine, man. You're welcome.
Yeah, right. So while we're waiting for others to join, I need to move on quickly and swiftly. Um,
Let me get my earphones first.
yeah, we have some important questions for us to establish in our hearts. For those who are preparing for interview.
Okay.
Okay, so last time we were discussing, we talked about we actually examined specific in industry specific data governance challenges are potential solution that mitigates against them.
Mm.
So I know we examine healthcare industry. We also look at the financial services industry as well. Well, I don't know if we talk about retail industry. Anybody can recall?
We did.
Okay. Did we examine manufacturing industry as well? If not,
Yeah.
if not, we can just go through it.
I think we did do the manufacturing industry. I think we were talking about Toyota, I believe, a car manufacturer. So I think we did talk about that. I think.
Okay, that's where we talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
IoT. Yeah? Remember?
Yeah.
That's where we talk about IoT, Internet of Things.
Yeah.
Okay. So did we look at telecommunication industry?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Did we? Let me look at my notes.
Did we?
No, we didn't.
No.
So let's talk about at it now. What is the main kind of challenges you can think of in communication industry?
Main issues. Connection. I think that's a main contributor to their entire business. So I reckon the network is really important.
Network?
Privacy, access to security. Again, that
Access.
cuts across
Okay.
all
Okay.
industries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Protection is another issue.
Sorry?
I say I think data protection will be another issue in telecommunication.
Okay. Who is speaking?
That's Pedro.
No, Pedro. Pedro. Okay. All right. What else again? Okay. Let me just say one of the most prominent challenge you have in telecommunication industry. Because there are jobs in different industries right now coming worldwide, not just only in Europe. So one can work from anywhere. Okay. One of these is handling massive volumes of customer data, which Pedro kind of referred to now. Okay. Massive, handling massive volumes of data, of customer data. So why ensuring compliance with the regulations like GDPR and CCPA in America? So is that understood? Hello?
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you think would be solution to that?
Sorry. What did you? Sorry. Can you repeat what you just said?
I said the challenges that one may have in telecommunication industry in terms of data governance is about dealing with massive data, the complexity of data, the volumes of customers' data, while ensuring compliance and regulations like GDPR.
SECP. Would the if like so efficiency and consistency in people's what's the word
Steward.
and people
Data
like the
steward.
people's job roles needs to be clearly defined, and data needs to be stored correctly in the right place. So you don't need two places. It's not in two places, especially with large volumes of data. You don't want any confusion where data is going and coming from. That's what I think anyway. Halfway there.
Yeah. Another person, thank you for that.
I think
Established.
lack of trained personnel. So, which will, of course, that will involve financial challenge too. So if you don't have the right personnel being trained up, then that could be a challenge for the industry.
Yeah. It's a good one. Another person?
The use of software.
Let's
You know,
say that.
software issues can come up when one has maybe not having the right software to protect customers' information like the numbers, like the bank account numbers and other security issues. So when you don't have all these things, because those things are linked with regulations, that will be a big challenge.
Okay. That's very good, Pedro. Pedro, can you please introduce yourself properly?
My name is Pedro Igbenedion. I am a project manager. I'm into construction project management.
Wow.
At the moment, I'm self-employed. I'm a freelance. I'm working and living in Nigeria at the moment.
Okay.
Wow.
That's very good. Good to know you very well. Okay. Because the way you answer the question is like you know a lot about data now.
Definitely.
Yeah, somebody call Nicholas Morris. Say hi, Pedro.
How you doing, Pedro?
I'm fine. How about you? How you doing?
Not too bad. Yeah, really. I'm doing quite well. I'm doing okay. How are you doing? Yeah, you told me.
Good. Yeah.
Where are you from, Maureen?
I'm half Nigerian, half Jamaican.
Okay.
I was born in the UK though.
All right. That's good.
Okay. So Nicholas Pedro is from United States of Africa, Nigeria.
Mm,
So yeah.
like a,
All right, good to see you. Oh. So the solution to this challenge, the solution to this is you use data lakes or warehouse to centralize and manage large data sets. Don't forget, we're talking about massive volumes of customer data. So that means when you begin to see massive volumes, there is complexity of data to handle. So you need data lakes or warehouses to centralize and manage large data sets. I remember when Ife was speaking one time how she carried out initiative to accommodate the complexity of data that the company was having. So that is very important. You also need to implement data retention policy to delete unnecessary data because if it's too massive, there are some that need to be deleted. So you need to also follow a policy and procedure for retention in order to delete some data that have no process for survival anymore within your platform or corporation or your data set. So you need to deploy AI-driven tools. Like Pedro said, talk about tools. So, but they will be now that we have AI coming into the data governance, you need to deploy in AI that is user-friendly, AI-driven tools for data classifications and compliance monitoring in order to ensure alerts taking place if there's risk of non-compliance. Okay? Is that understood? Is that understood?
just about.
Do we have anybody who wants to contribute to that?
Data lake.
Okay, let's move on to
Mm.
energy. I know some of you will be having jobs of energy soon. Okay. If you're talking about energy and utility, one of the challenges that normally comes among others is almost the same. Okay. Energy is very important. Security in energy matters a lot. So securing critical infrastructure and data from cyber threats while ensuring regulatory compliance as well. This is one of the, well, we want to secure the energy sector and utilities. So because you're dealing with a lot of infrastructure. So how would you able to mitigate against such threat?
Type of threat. Would you use AI or bots to regulate threats? For some reason, I've lost you.
I think you're mute.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Say that again, sorry?
I say you can you can use that as well. And it's not limited to.
Not limited to, yeah. Well,
So what else again can you use?
policies.
Of course, they're gonna be policy in anything you want
Yeah,
to do. So policy is definitely already there.
yeah, it's already there. AI tools, bots.
If you want to phone a friend, no problem.
Definitely. Yeah.
So different could be inside here. The question is, in energy sector, one of the challenges is securing critical infrastructure data from cyber threat while ensuring regulatory compliance. Those are the kind of side challenges. What do you think would be a solution to mitigate against that challenge?
I really don't know. I'm trying to think. I haven't got a clue. I really don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Question on the platform. Maybe that might help.
The question is in the platform.
Okay, I haven't seen the question.
So
Is that the question? Securing critical infrastructure.
That's it. Yeah,
Sorry?
that's a challenge on energy and utility
Right.
industry. So what can we mitigate against it here?
And I said AI bots, but past that, I can't really. I can't think past that. I don't know.
Securing critical infrastructure data from cyber threats while ensuring regulatory compliance.
No, I think AI and bots would be part of the infrastructure, but to help combat about against cyber threats, maybe some kind of two-step authentication on the on the side of the consumer rather than the company. That could potentially help.
Yeah, encryption will help.
Encryption, yeah, things like that. Yeah, I'm starting to think, yeah, it's there. It's there. It's there. You're starting to make me think. Two-way encryption. What else would you use? Passcodes. Etc. Those kind of authentication on the consumer side. In terms of as a company, we use bots and we make sure that our data is secured within the right and within the right places. What would you call them? Departments.
Yeah. Also, maybe having a little limited people accessing it.
Yes.
So yeah, so maybe have limited people accessing it while encrypting it properly. You know, end-to-end users or something.
Yeah.
Protect organization.
Another person?
I think with cybersecurity, basically, is making sure people don't have access to any threat to cybersecurity. Is making sure your system is well up to date to necessary people accessing it.
Okay. Okay. So one of the solutions that does zero trust security models to protect sensitive data, which of course that's what you guys are trying to do, to save. So it does zero trust model, so you don't trust anyone. If you know that sometimes you see that if they send a document to you, as when you if you want to open it, you say this document have been sent to you, but they do not trust the source. Do you trust the person? That is a model. We call it zero trust model. So if you say yes, then you automatically, I think you see having your mobile phone, I mean, WhatsApp. It's not something that you want to open it, WhatsApp will tell you. Or is it Facebook or Messengers? You say, do you want to? Because they don't trust, it's known to you. So try to tell you that it is you that will allow such. Banks use it a lot anyway. Okay, and you can also use advanced analytics to detect and respond to cyber threat. Okay, you can use that advanced analytics to do that, and it will be nice. Do you know what that means? Hello?
Say that again.
Do you know what that means? Advanced analytics.
Is it a advanced analytics? Isn't that an assessment of data that's come through, and then a choice is made based on that data? That's what I think analytics is. It's almost like checking of an algorithm.
Right?
That's what I kind of that's my understanding of it. Like it's like checking of an algorithm to see to detect anomalies within that
That's
algorithm.
correct.
That's what I understand it to be.
Uh, Analytics to detect and respond to cyber threats.
Yeah.
You
Barrister put not to open links that we don't trust.
yeah, that
That's
is
what is in the chat box.
Okay.
that is one of the solutions we mentioned yeah, but the one we're talking about using advanced analytics is very important to detect and respond to cyber threat. That involves leverage machine learning, artificial
Yeah.
intelligence, and also big data techniques to identify, analyze, and mitigate cyber threats in real time. Real time is not just you need to wait for set it is no real time you respond. How do you do that? The threat detection using advanced analytics, what it does, and it has what is called behavioral analysis. So it could be AI-driven system that actually establish a baseline of normal network activities. So every time when people open their this, they have normal activities, and also detect anomalies if it takes place that indicate potential cyber threats that will come in. So if every day you wake up in the morning, you open your door, wake up in the morning, open your door, and this time around you wake up, you see the door open, then I mean there's something wrong somewhere else. So that will be easily be detected. So like you mentioned the other time, Nicholas, about machine learning, is algorithms that will respond to that. So you use that to supervise and unsupervised machine learning models to identify pattern, how things normally happen in data to detect zero-day attacks and involving threats that come with
Okay.
it. Yeah, very important. And also we have what is called user and entity behavior analytics, which is called UEBA. Okay.
UEBA.
Yeah, we have user and entry behavior analytics. So what that means, monitors user activities. Anytime somebody just come in, it monitor user activities and flags deviation from normal behavior and actually helping detect insider, you know.
I think a lot of organizations have that now, especially when you get messages from outside. What they do is it takes some time before you can actually click to open that message, because what they're doing in the background is scanning to see if there's any threats to the system or if there's anything untoward coming through.
Right.
So it takes time before the email opens up.
It's true. Yeah, that's what normally happens. at times. The wash pattern as well. They also treat intelligence integration. So the world that combines external threat feeds with internal data to proactively kind of identify emerging threats that comes in. So very important that you have a combination to compare. Okay, so no doubt there's something coming out which is not in line with what has been existing within data set you have or database or targeted database as well. So they use more of advanced analytics to respond to incident and mitigate against it. So that we mentioned it the other time, automated threat response, AI-driven security orchestration. You can also have automation and also response, okay, which is called SOAR, S-O-A-R, call it security orchestration, automation, and response. Always take note of that. Yeah. So I can say
security what? Sorry, security what?
We call it security orchestration, automation, and response. You use that to mitigate against incidents and mitigation. So
automation and response.
Yeah, I think let me type it in.
It was already typed.
Though it's AI driven, all right now, because that's the
security orchestration, automating and response. Okay, let me type that in. Sorry.
It's a AI driven. Yeah, that's correct. You put it there already, which is good. Yeah. And that's notwithstanding, we also use predictive analytics. Who has idea of what is called predictive analytics?
It's in the name, prediction. They predicts what might be happening based on historical analysis.
Yeah,
He can predict the forecast of rainfall, forecast and traffic based on historical analysis.
Yeah, that's very good. Okay, we should based on descriptive. Which also historical analysis that you mentioned. Okay, you can use that to predict it, and it just whatever I'm saying is just how incident response and mitigation are taking place using the advanced analytics. So one of the advanced analytics we're using is the security orchestration, automation, and response, which is always AI driven. You can also suggest that to your company, or that you're working or the company you want to work. If let them know if they have that. And so those are the kind of skill you are bringing into the company itself. Okay. You can also suggest one of the advanced analytics you can use is real-time monitoring and alerts. What does that do? Is basically it's a security information and event management solution use advanced correlation engines to detect threats and alert security teams immediately. So it's very important. We call it security information and event management. We call SIEM. Always remember this. Even when those who are going for interview, when you are asked, what can you do? Bring those two together, how you can respond to incident. Because it's you are legally bound to respond to incident as it comes. Your hands up, Nicholas, you want to speak?
Hi, yeah. What's the second one called again? So I've got security orchestration and automating response, and then you've got, and then you're tying it together with what?
real-time monitoring alerts.
That's it, real time. Yep.
Yeah, that is security information and event management. So
Okay.
that is real-time as it occurs, you respond. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yep. Got it.
That would be like the traffic cameras, right?
that's correct. As it
Yeah.
comes,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
respond. Yeah. So
Or
this is
speed
very.
cameras.
If I can tell you right now, in digital world, and when things are moving very, in fact, the contemporary issues we have right now is how dynamics and evolving digital world is right now. And data is the driver of all. Right now, things are beyond what a human being can easily control. So what happened is that there's response to more developed software coming up right now to respond to different risks and threats. But were valuable data that are put in place by data governance or head of data or data analysts. So because they all know now that data is the new oil, and people always going for it, getting people's data, and those data information. People are investing a lot of money, are very important.
Yeah.
We must develop or update up to date part of best practice. So up to date with new softwares, and even some of the companies that people are working around, go and suggest few things if you don't have it. And those who are going for interview, you need to say, okay, can I ask, prepare some security software and put them together. Make sure you study them very well, and you talk to them and say, what do you have? Your security, any security in place in terms of your data assets. They say, oh, well, I'm just someone interviewing you, the person who is in charge. Oh, okay, sorry about that. Because it's one of the primary things you're going to carry, and you talk professionally. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever you have seen, then I keep them very well. Okay. Because, yeah. So, very important. Some as of a note from this, or I will tend to send a note across. So,
Please do.
yeah.
This like anything I don't write down, I try and take photos of anyway, and then I fill it out. So I make sure I've got all the information. I try my best to get all the information
You can
down.
also have this recording as well.
Yeah.
I always send the link across.
Please do. Please do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Very important. And I feel like really saying much about it because when they interview people nowadays, they spend much time. There are also we have key technologies and tools. Okay. They're a part of the advanced analytics, big data and cloud security analytics. So what happens? They usually use large-scale data processing to analyze logs, how it comes, when it comes to login, log out, login. So network traffic, whether the traffic is coming so much, so they know the pattern, they know the trend. So also have an endpoint activities where when the activity has ended, see all these analytics very important, and you use that to mitigate against such challenge as well. Okay. Okay. Barista mentioned the real-time examples are when you make it go. Okay, as a response. Okay.
React immediately, yeah.
All right.
Big data cloud security analytics uses large scale data.
So we also have a AI power security solutions. It's a platform like a dark trace, because right now things are just moving. Even Microsoft has brought something I call Microsoft Defender.
Yeah, I was watching something about that. Yeah.
It uses
Yeah.
AI for proactive threat hunting. Once
Yeah.
anything occurred, they will, when Microsoft had problem that time last year, almost every company in the world was almost grounded.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
I didn't know that.
oh
I
yeah,
didn't.
so airport, no flight, BBC.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody knew about it. Yeah,
They
everywhere.
brought. They've
Yeah,
invented this new chip though, haven't they?
yeah, it was on news.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they came out with a Microsoft Defender. We call it Microsoft Defender. What it does, it uses AI for proactive threat hunting. We'll be looking for threat from every corner.
Wow.
But yeah, that's what it does. You can find out now. There are key technology and tools that are coming. The reason why we're all hearing this now is that when you go to an interview, when they ask you how will you do that, how will you do that, you just begin to pour out various tools, and
Yeah.
we say, well, if you don't have it, we can invest in it, but if you don't have investment right now, so we have to make do of what we have. So they look
Okay.
into that. You are not
Mm.
just a married person. Okay. So
Yeah.
there is another one called deception technology, and that actually deploys fake digital assets to trap and and study
So
applicants' threat. Yeah,
so how does it? So if it sends out fake digital
that's correct.
assets
Yeah, so
to
we'll
to
be
to
looking
to trap people, how does it?
to
How does it do that? How does it do that? That's the next one.
It's a deception technology. It's just like you want to fight people, you want to enter a warehouse. Some people are kept already, there's a siege taking place, and people have been kidnapped or they are just there. And, you can't enter, you can't listen because there will be bomb threat and everything. So you just send robot. Robot will just be going shooting. We say this.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. So what this technology is doing? What happened is a threat is coming to attack your digital assets. So what you need to do is to send a fake. You deploy in a fake digital
A
asset
fake asset. Yeah,
so
yeah,
that
yeah.
they
That
will
makes a lot of
attack you.
sense. Yeah.
And
And it will
once they
attack.
attack you,
Yeah,
you will not be attacked.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it also gives you information about the
The
specific attack.
nature of the attack. Yes.
Yeah. That's really smart. That's
Yeah.
really smart.
Yeah. So
That's sick. Mm. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty.
yes.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So when you're talking to a professional who does not really understand you and they're interviewing you, you talk like, you say, why do you guys wear your experience?
Yeah. Thank you.
Because they won't be paying you heavy amount of money when you're creating a value and the value will automatically be attacked and the value automatically plummets. It doesn't really all go well for them.
Yeah, so you need to add the deceptions of technology into your strategy for it to be to give it more value, basically.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I have a question. This deception technology isn't that what the hackers use? Because
No,
most times they give you a bait.
You want me to come in on? Okay.
Yes,
the hacker use real. They don't use fake.
Well, it depends though, because you've got two types of hacker. You've got hackers who are what's the word would you call it? Hostile. They're out there aggressive. They're looking to take your information, and you have hackers that hack hackers. Does that make sense? That try and destroy that information.
Yeah. That's what that was talking about deception.
Yeah, it's deception anyway. Yeah.
So
it's true.
they know that we use deception to get the hackers. So the hackers also may also want to get that to know which one is real. So it depends. Yeah, Pedro, you're right, but in this sense,
because what I understand is that before a hacker goes into a person's account or data, they want to know if you are vulnerable. That is, they will give a bait, and once you
Yeah.
take the bait, they're moving.
Yeah, that's a little bit different because
Okay.
they enter little by little until they enter the big ocean. For this one,
Okay.
this one, they use fake. For example, let's talk about accounts now. Okay, so it's like you want to give them a fake account so that they will attack the fake account. They will not be able to attack the real one. That's what it means. You use deception. So when you have send a deceptive, deploy deceptive data set for them to attack. Yeah, and they waste missiles. Let me just use that one. They waste missiles before your hand is up.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now, Barrister.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to contribute to this. NHS, all the social services, as you're aware, we have lots of vulnerable patients and clients. Some of them have been duped of some millions, thousands of pounds. So what happens is, in fact, there's actually a body that has been set up. As soon as you call that number, it goes to them. Those are vulnerable clients or patients. It goes to them. I've had cases where I called some of my clients, and the head of the body gave me a call, and he said he knows that I'm actually working in the interest of the patient, but just to let me know that this is what is happening. So you could see the tool that has been set up. Instead of them continuing to that's continuous abuse and also defrauding such patients or clients. Obviously, that way has been stopped.
Wow.
Because they intervene and they block calls that actually go to those people. Okay. Especially calls that are not when they are not recognized. Obviously, there are some numbers. You see, they filter the numbers. So if they are family members' calls, they go through. But as soon as there are calls from just where we see, you can set this true caller. Obviously, the idea, this true caller thing, I think that's one of the idea out there. That's why they came up with that app. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that contribution. Yeah, and that's a way of being alert to avoid anything that will occur. Don't forget we're dealing with energy industry. The question, the security critical infrastructure, data from cyber attacks while ensuring regulatory compliance. We mentioned that we have to adopt zero trust security models to protect sensitive data. And the second one, we talk about use advanced analytics to detect and respond to cyber attacks, but we lay emphasis on so many kind of analytics. Okay, but the third one there is actually regularly update data governance policy to align with industry regulations. How do we do the third one?
Say that again, sorry.
So, let me, if you look at, and we're dealing with energy.
Yeah.
Energy and utility industry, okay? Now, I brought a challenge at securing critical infrastructure data from cyber attacks, cyber threat, while ensuring regulatory compliance. So we responded that how do we mitigate against that? I always said, number one, adopt zero trust security models to protect sensitive data. And number two, which we'll be discussing use advanced analytics to detect respond to cyber attack. That's what we'll be talking about. We'll be bringing instances of the use of advanced analytics, okay, to detect and also respond. So the third one is actually regularly update data governance policy to align with industry regulation. How do we do that? How do we regularly update data governance policy to align with your enterprise regulations or the industry regulation?
Can I say you do it by two things, making sure that the structure that's already in place is flexible so that you can change things as and when necessary, and also see what other things they have in place and change where appropriate.
Yeah.
Is that, I don't know.
Right.
I know. Yeah, it sounds correct. Like that's what I would do though. I'd make sure that whatever policy and structure they already have in place, I'd make it as flexible as it possibly can be, while at the same time seeing what they have, what policies and structures they have in place, and change it according to how things change in the future.
To be quite honest, you're on point anyway.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been listening. Yeah, yeah. It's just that sometimes, yeah, I can't write all of it down. Sometimes I try and write all of it down, but sometimes I miss some of it.
Yeah, but you can copy the
I'll get the link. I'll get the link off you, definitely.
You can get it, but also you can copy the chat box. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So
let me do that actually, yeah.
If you can copy the chat box itself, you can write in your notes, and you can go to the link, YouTube link of this, and you will get it. So, all right. So that's a very nice suggestion. Any other person? So to be quite honest,
regular, you could also do that by making sure the staff are regularly trained, making sure they understand any changes to the policies.
That is a very, very imperative answer. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. Someone put something right there.
And so we could also track any changes to the policy, like so in some industries you have a document sign off. You have the checks, you have revised and all that. So you could also do that by making sure every time there's a revised document, it gets sent out to everyone. It gets updated with the correct reference numbers and all that. So you know which one you're picking up, making sure you're not picking up maybe an old version, say Rev A1 or Rev A2 or something like that.
That's good. That's a very good one. Let me just go through it. I attempt to answer the questions, and though it's not limited to what I may provide, I want you to just, to recognize this and make use of it very well, because I have few minutes. We have a few minutes to finish. So, while we're dealing with issue of regularly update data governance policy to align with industry regulations, we're dealing with energy and utility right now. They have regulations. They have laws and regulations that guide them, and not excluding standards as well. So in dealing with that, we need to make sure we have compliance to that effect, okay? For example, updating data governance policies to align with, industry regulation. What that is, it ensures compliance and also enhance data security. Making the data well trusted among the stakeholders, okay? So to do that, you need to conduct periodic regulatory assessment. How periodic it is depends on the individual who is in charge and how your policy are being drawn in your program. So, and there's periodic regulatory assessment. Why do we need that? Because regulation changes. And if we don't know how to update ourselves in a best practice, so you need to regularly update or conduct periodic Semi-periodic, or depends on the individual who is in charge. So,
Yeah.
okay, and you do that by monitor changes in industry regulations. Like we have GDPR, we have CCPA, we have PAA.
Yeah.
So that is in America, a health regulation system. So, and also ensure policies remain compliant to the update. Otherwise, excuse is not ignorance, not excuse anyway.
Yeah.
You can also engage legal and compliance teams to interpret new rules and their impact on data governance if you have one in your enterprise. There's always, nobody's always saying we have legal team in company a lot. They need to look into the policy to ensure that they're compliant to what the updates are. Okay. Then you also conduct gap analysis to identify areas where current policies may fall short in order to have it stretch into more robust enough to accommodate the ever-evolving contemporary with respect to compliance. So you can also conduct a governance review cycles, schedule regular policies reviews, and you look at, yeah.
Sorry, repeat that. It's called governance what?
Yeah, governance, that data governance review cycle.
That's it. I just didn't hear that last bit. Sorry, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
governance review circle. Okay.
Yeah, so always, sometime, sometime you could have a quarterly or biannually kind of cycle, review, but you can decide to, change it to ensure alignment with involving regulatory requirements. So if it's always very, very fast in changes, like when you have production company like Samsung, instead of them to come out with a mobile phone every 2 years, they come out with, 1 year or maybe 6 months. They just keep on changing things. So you need to adjust your policy in line with regulations.
Yeah. So the policy would change with it could potentially change with every single upgrade, depending on the needs.
Talk about review. Review, every policy have a review date. So,
right.
Yeah, it could be quarterly, it could be annual, it could be biannually. So what you just need to do is some people could change it because the industry keep on changing regulations based on emerging social trend, or maybe economical trend or political trend, even as far as industrial trend. So policies are changing. So you need to create a cross-functional data governance team involving every other functional department, as not excluding IT, legal, risk management, and business leaders or head of departments. So we establish, that's how you build to establish governance review cycles. You also can use compliance audits to verify adherence and identify necessary policy update, which is very imperative. So there is another policies and procedures that you can employ to get things done. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Any question?
Not for now. Reread this basically. The timeout.
Is there any question? Because we have only 4 minutes to leave. You want us to give you time to digest all this?
Let me think. I'm trying to think. Is there any questions? I'm sure there is. That's the thing. I'm sure there is.
Bring it up, and we have experts here to look into it.
Barrister put something on the chat, which is quite interesting. They said the threat an organization faces may vary over time.
Yeah.
At any point, there is a need to strike a balance between the current threats, the measures needed to defend against it, the implications and cost of those defenses, and the overall risks this presents to the organization. There may be times when the cyber threat to an organization is greater than usual. Moving to heighten the alert can help prioritize necessary cybersecurity work offer. A temporary boost to defenses gives organization the best chance of preventing a cyber attack when it may be more likely and recovering quickly if it happens.
Mm. Yeah, that could be the answer to your question that you're here to ask.
Basically, yeah. Basically, yeah. Yeah. Basically, yeah.
What do we say to barrister?
Thank you,
Thank you,
barrister.
Barrister.
Yeah, no, you get a clap for that. That was brilliant.
If we thank you for bringing it out, because I didn't see it before. That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah, barrister, thank you for that. So I think it's a comfortable place for us to, you can see the way my voice is going.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Yeah, so
hopefully you don't get. Hopefully you get better soon. I'll bring you in something anyway. I'll bring you in something. I'm a health freak.
Sorry, I was actually going to
definitely.
Hello?
Hello, we can
Hello.
hear you.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask a question that might probably be a summary of everything we've done today.
Okay.
As a data governance manager or an analyst, you had some feelers that the organization is about to be attacked, or they're going to be hacked there's going to be the data of the organization is about to be hacked. What would you do? Yeah, what would you do? That's an interview question. What would you do?
So basically inform all of the higher ups as soon as you hear about it, and let and make them make a decision on what happens next. That's what I think I would do. Or legally, do you have to let the customers know as well? It's one of the two, I can't remember. But basically, you have to let everybody know straight away. You have to let them know, look, there's a hack, and then deal with it accordingly based on the information about the hack that you have.
Yeah, Bishop, I think that's a very good one. That's why we hear in the banks or
Yeah.
organizations sometimes. Yes, they just tell alert customers that this is about to happen, but they're doing everything possible to protect their data.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's to show the importance of data.
For what I know, based on the data protection law, if you have such an information that maybe, let's just take, for instance, a bank will be attacked or be hacked, it's not the best to let the customers know, because there'll be panic, and those kind of panic will make you lose a lot of customers, lose a lot of interest.
Interestingly, it depends on the kind of attack. It depends on, especially where it is that has actually come in the open here, that this is really happening, and that customers are even worried about what is going to happen. So they actually announce to the general public that they are doing everything possible to ensure that, they actually have
reassurance. But because when you let the people know that there will be an attack, and you're very sure, and you're not maybe giving them the confidence to know that you are adequately prepared, you might lose customers, and that would be very bad. My own reasoning, in AI development and AI policy, is that you will go for a better defensive mechanism, which will help in giving you maybe more secure protection over customers' data and over the business you run. And those are the things, I think, the steps one could take.
That is good, but you don't know when these guys are going to strike.
Yeah,
that's why it's very important that the customers know.
Can I come?
Yes, please.
Why they employ you as a data governance is to ensure that not only creating a value, also to secure the value you created. So nobody is saying that the attack will not come. You don't even announce it before they will know that the attack will come. Every human being knows the attack can take place anytime, every second. So we are always working this in order to mitigate against attack at any.
Yeah.
What do we
Yeah.
we receive attack? It's different from what will you do when you are expecting attack. We always don't. We're always going to put things in place before we're thinking about. We're always expecting attack, so we need to put things in place, okay? Because it will not carry a very proper image for we to tell customers or our clients that there's attack coming on, and we're going to that we affect reputation, apart excluding that, how people will really going to react to it. Is there a legacy hand, Pedro? Because I got a lot to talk about it before I leave. There's another
Thank
meeting.
you so much. My worry here is about that data protection and especially employment of AI systems, because the regulation, the AI employment regulations really do want customers' protections and customers' data protections secured. That's the first basic thing. But the problem here is that many a time all these data get out of hands. They go into the wrong hands. You see people sending you messages. You see people calling your phone, which you do not even have any idea how they got your number.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
so-
I can seriously tell you that you can't run away from it, because some of the contract people sign online with small
Yeah.
later. You may sign something towards, let's say, third party, okay,
And those third parties are like data brokers.
especially third party acquisition taking place, or alliance taking place within a company or among companies. Your data is automatically hacked. So most of all these things, you may have signed documents that you never knew that you signed that document, because when it comes to search, you see very little data printed and you don't even care to read. That's one. Two, people invest in getting people's data, and once they are caught, there's going to be a problem, no compliance issue. Okay, so people, yeah, you're right. I mean, Pedro, you are actually right. It comes from every corner. That is why we are employing capable hands to handle data correctly. Even with that, there's still going to be attack. So we try to, Barrister, your hand is up, because I also needed to answer somebody before we close. Your hand is up. Is it legacy one or a new?
No, thank you. CEO, could you please read my voice is not too good. If CEO could read my post there, because it says it all.
Okay. In the UK, you should inform customers of a cyber attack as soon as you reasonably believe a personal data breach has occurred, which typically means within 72 hours of discovering the breach, according to the Information Commissioner's Office, ICO, guidelines. However, the exact timing depends on the severity of the breach and the type of data compromised.
Yeah,
exactly what yes.
We're still saying the same thing.
Yes.
I thought you were saying that you are preempting an attack. Because
no, it's not preempting. It's not preempting. That's why I said it depends. Yeah.
You said, and Pedro, we didn't hear you well. If you say preemptive, it will affect customer image. I mean, a company image and reputation. That's why we employ people to be there to take care of that. And if you don't let customer know that data have been breached, that is a serious fine, serious issue.
Yeah.
It's serious issue. So you know what I mean? I don't want to deal with that right now. Okay, thank you for getting that clear. For example, if data is about to be attacked, an organization should follow a structured incident response plan. We call it IROP, please, to detect
IROP.
So yeah, because organization. Let me type it. Okay. Or you don't want me to type it?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so the question Barrister asked, we have what is called IROP, which is incident response plan. Very, very important. Thank
Incident
you.
responsive.
Barrister, thank you for asking that question. So very important. What it does, it detect and identify the threat immediately. So that's what it does. And also, it not just detect, there's a real-time monitoring of such, which is, I may mention SIAM the other time, because you use the security information and event management, and it's a very AI-driven analytics to detect, use that to detect every activities of the threat that will come, okay? You also need to verify the threat. So how do you do that? You analyze the log analysis and anomaly the detection will report to confirm the attack. You know, when something log in and log out, you know what's happening, and you can easily when you detect anomaly, that means it's not going the pattern or the trend. Issue like that has always occurred. You know that there's anomaly taking place. You know, so if you use to data analytics or analysis, you will understand where there's something wrong. Many years ago, when you do exploration and it puts your phones at different locations in a web pattern, either on interland. So when they send waves in, you discover that there will be pattern taking place, and then you see anomalies. You just know there's something taking place within that area of interest. So this is what actually happened. That is data acquisition interpretation. Or when you come to 3D, that is more. So for crude oil prospect, you know, so very important. You see the same thing. When you detect any anomalies, you know that there's something going on there. So show more interest in that place. And that's why you see where the attack may take place, okay? So you can contain the threats, you can isolate affected system area, like if you know that this place is having anomalies, you isolate the place and then concentrate on that. There's so much you can do in that anyway. So, you know, like I said, if you always do, you need to train and prevent future, train people, have a awareness program, educate staff on innovation and social engineering and secure data handling in order to foster any reoccurrence or prevent future attacks, you know. So it goes in different ways. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, we exceeded the time. What can we say? I won't ask again, is there any question? I guess so reserve a question, or you send it to me when you want to, or send it to any of us.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But I think I got the answer to my question. But after proper research and going through everything else, I'll go back and see if there's any more questions I need to ask. But I think that was pretty comprehensive.
Welcome,
yeah, good.
Please, Thomas. Thank you, Pedro.
I have a last one from Barrister. It says no cybersecurity measures are 100% effective. So any decent plan must include what to do if a breach occurs. In short, plan must include measures to prevent, avoid a security breach in the first place, measures to detect breaches procedures for reducing the impact of a breach procedure, for recovering from a breach. So those are the measures.
If that can take in Microsoft, if they can defense of another country, if they can, so the person who produced pencil is the one that produced the areas behind the pencil.
Yeah.
So don't forget.
That's true.
Don't forget. We're always trying to, in the cyber attack and evil security, whatever. Everything is investment. So both ways investment. You're letting, when you are in charge, know what to do. Because when the legal issue is going to come, they're going to ask, have you going to investigate? Have you done security measures? Have you preempt or proactively put things together in order to avert any of such threats, to avoid risk and non-compliance issue? Those are questions they're going to ask, and you have to prove it to them. How authentic and strong those security that are put in place in terms of data protection, which with respect to security and privacy. So those things are just there that you need to always make sure you cover your back. And they're going to be signed off by head of data and the chief executive, CEO. Of course, I have a CEO here, so that won't be any problem. We'll always sign off now, So very important. So whether anything put in place is not strong enough or not strong enough, I have always said that the person who produced pencil, produce the pencil, also produce the eraser. So these are business people.
Yeah.
So their business is about business. So they know what to do and they know what they're doing. I've seen a situation whereby there was a breach, and somebody said, I can deal with that breach. Meanwhile, who is the cause of the breach? So, did we enjoy today?
Oh yeah, massively. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
massively.
I will hear from Princess or Pedro. So, I'm going to leave you today.
I think Pedro can't speak, so he's just put a heart there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think he's done. I don't think he can speak, but he's like, yeah, I enjoyed it.